Lobsters is butches, and shrimps is femmes. I will be explaining what I mean by this, and you are going to listen. Okay, cutie? Let's start with femmes, because I know you are staring at me with a look of abject confusion when I declared shrimps is femmes. Because in your mind, shrimps is bugs. Are they not? Wrong. Moron. That statement is both lesbophobic and shrimp-phobic. Maybe it's time you sit your straight cis ass down and listen before you make a fool out of yourself. Femme is a term traditionally associated with lesbians who exhibit a more feminine gender presentation. Now look at this shrimp. Are you really gonna look me in my big, bold, beautiful blue eyes and tell me this shrimp is not a lesbian? That she's anything but a lesbian? She could even be a cis straight man. Or a bi-curious woman. No. This is where I draw the line, because that's clearly a lesbian. A lesbian who's absolutely femmed out. Take this cleaner shrimp. She's just so elegant, so beautiful, so feminine. Or this mantis shrimp. Like, who is this diva? Clearly a high femme. Pistol shrimp. Ghost shrimp, Harley Quinn shrimp. These little critters are obviously lesbians. It's just inconceivable for me that someone might gaze upon these pretty ladies and think even for a second that they're not femme lesbians. Because they are. They are femmes. Shrimps is femmes. Capiche? Now the term femme isn't just aesthetics. If we're being hard-lined about lesbians, you could say that it is a necessity that we look at this identity through the butch-femme dynamic. Because butches and femmes originated in working-class lesbian communities in the 40s to describe their relationship dynamics. So these identities, through the unique circumstances of their invention, cannot exist without one another. Femmes cannot exist without butches, and butches cannot exist without femmes. This is Lesbians 101, guys. Meaning, if shrimps is femmes, there must exist another crustacean that is butch. And in my mind, the crustacean that clearly fills the butch niche is lobsters. Because if you think about it, lobsters is the inverse of shrimp. Exactly how butches is the inverse of femmes. So lobsters is butches. Allow me to elaborate. Lobsters are just way mask. They're built like butches, in that they're just really buff shrimp. Look at this lady. Look at this lobster. Take the American lobster. Look at her muscle. Look at her build. She is clearly a butch lesbian. Or this Norway lobster. Clearly a soft butch, right? In that she is still very much a lobster, but in a more softer and gentler way. But she's still a lobster, nonetheless. Spiny lobster. Stone butch. You just know that if anyone were to mess with her shrimp, her femme, that she would knock the daylight out of that jabroni. All of these lobsters are clearly butch lesbians. I'm not crazy for saying that, right? I'm not crazy for stating the obvious that these little critters are butch lesbians who lift so they may carry their shrimp wives down the aisle. I'm not crazy, girl. Now I know that lesbians extend beyond butches and femmes, and crustaceans is more than shrimps and lobsters. I'm not a moron. I have a bachelor's in political science, so allow me to expand my field of vision past femmes, butches, lobsters, and shrimps, and delve into the wider world of lesbians and crustaceans. That was a bad kiss, first kiss, bad kiss. I need to put on my ring. Crabs. Oh, what the hell? Crabs are border mask lesbians and trans mask lesbians, where I feel like masks are more terrestrial crabs, and he/him lesbians, dare I say, are aquatic crabs. I have no basis for this distinction, other than I just feel like masks have lungs, and trans masks have gills. Coconut crabs, hermit crabs, Christmas Island red crabs. I'm looking at these little critters, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's a masked lesbian. Whereas Japanese spider crabs, Alaskan king crabs, and Dungeness crabs, I'm looking at these guys, these dudes, and thinking, yeah, his pronouns are clearly he, him. As in he, him lesbian. But Sigourney, I can hear you yelling at me from beyond the screen. What about tuna crabs? What about those little critters? Well, you see, tuna crabs isn't crabs. They're actually a species of squat lobster, making them butches, who take testosterone. Hope that clears any confusion up. Can we move on? Futches. Crawfish. Futch. I understand that there's great debate on whether Futch is a true blue lesbian identity, or if it just boils down butches and femmes to aesthetics. But you can't deny that crawfishes are serving straight Futch. isopods, aka roly-polies. Non-binary lesbian. Why do I say this? Well, when we think of isopods, we don't normally associate them with crustaceans because that's like a little bug. But they're not bugs. They got nothing to do with bugs, and it's really disrespectful to their crustacean identities that you refer to them as such. Similar to non-binary lesbians. Even though they don't associate with womanhood in the traditional sense, they are still lesbians nonetheless. Same with how isopods... same with isopods. Same studs. I don't think I should be the girl to tell what kind of crustacean studs is. Like I don't got the complexion for that. Maybe some maybe some stud or some stem could tell me what kind of crustacean they is, but I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. What other crustaceans are there? Prawns is like trans lesbians or lesbians from Australia. Krill go by she, they pronouns, and barnacles is like asexual or something. Anyways, shrimps is femmes. I don't like that kiss. That was a bad kiss. I'm gonna kiss you right on the freaking mouth, dude.